Here is a video of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who unfortunately will not be on a debate stage with Joe Biden because obviously the Democrats are not going to allow that to happen. Here he is talking about how the CIA, part of the machine, uses their propaganda machine against us, the people of the United States of America.
There's a provision in the CIA charter that says that the CIA cannot propagandize the American people. President Obama adopted in 2016 that essentially reopened the door for Operation Mockingbird so that the CIA began once again to propagandize American people.
How are they doing that, President?
High-level intelligence officials or people associated with the intelligence industry are running those journals, like Noah Schlachman, who runs Rolling Stone, who came from Daily Beast. Daily Beast was run by John Avalon, who has deep ties to the intelligence agencies. But even journals like Smithsonian and National Geographic, Nature, the Washington Post, the New York Times appear to be compromised by the CIA. We know from the Twitter files at both the FBI and CIA were operating portals within the Twitter and Facebook that allowed them to manipulate information and to deplatform people and to silence certain people that they didn't like in the social media. Operation Mockingbird was an operation to compromise American journalists. There were some 400 editors, journalists from all the largest publications. The New York Times had been compromised. The Washington Post was basically...
What do you mean by compromised for people who...
Well, they were functioning, the high-level people at those journals were working for the agency or had, signed secrecy agreements with the CIA. And at CBS, ABC, NBC, after '75, when it all came out, during the Church Committee hearings, the CIA promised that it would no longer compromise American journalists. It continued the program to compromise journalists all over the world, and today the CIA is the biggest funder of journalism in the world.
And how about present day?
They fund it through USAID. In that little twilight zone before you fall asleep every night, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do in the first weeks when I get into office about fixing these agencies, one at a time. That's something I'm excited about.
And that is unbelievably powerful stuff. And it's kind of like, oh, let's look behind the curtain. Ugh, don't want to see that. Better put the curtain back, because you don't want to think that your government, in essence, the three-letter agencies have been weaponized against you. But interestingly, and we'll follow up with this tomorrow, or Phoenix, maybe you can give me something on the fly. He mentions this guy, Noah Schlachman, I think his name is, who I think now works for Rolling Stone, used to be the editor-in-chief of Daily Beast. He used to write hit pieces about me all the time and about the intellectual dark web. He called me alt-right. I got into a big fight with him. So now really think about this for a second. This guy who RFK Jr. is saying is basically working for the CIA, who at one point was running Daily Beast, running Rolling Stone, et cetera. He was running around calling a whole bunch of people, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, et cetera, et cetera. I don't mean to make this about me, but you see it, right? Like you can see the thing that they have, the prism that they have put in front of everyone's faces so everyone cannot get an honest estimation of what is true anymore. It is absolutely insane.